there is all this fantastic, amazing, excellent, very good news going on when it comes to things like renewable energy. The fact that we are fighting about this nonsense,
right,
is just so distressing if you look at the facts. Joe Rome, who we've had on the show many times in the past, writing over at Climate Progress, cites this report from the Solar Energy Industries Association.
And mind you, Joe Rome is an actual scientist.
An actual scientist who used to work for the
Department of Energy. Assistant Secretary of Energy. He's a physicist. He knows his stuff.
Therefore, don't pay any attention to any of this stuff coming from Joe Rome. The United States installed a record-smashing 14,762 megawatts of solar power in 2016. That's a 97% jump over 2015. That, according to data released last week. The industry reports that for the first time ever, solar was the number one source of new generating capacity, beating out both wind and gas. And they've got this. He's got this chart from this report from the Solar Energy Industries Association showing just this huge. It's been solar installations have been increasing. Sort of slowly but surely since 2008, getting more and more quickly. And then, boom, just in 2016, it absolutely just
it
shoots
dwarfs
up.
the rest of the chart. I mean, they had to actually extend the chart
exactly.
in order to show just how much 2016 has grown over just 2015.
This report predicts that, quote, total installed U.S. solar capacity is expected to nearly triple over the next 5 years. The report is full of amazing charts, he notes, factoids about the industry's growth. For instance, on average in 2016, a new megawatt of solar capacity came online every 36 minutes. That's 40 megawatts a day. The price for solar systems fell nearly 20% last year, the greatest average year-over-year price decline since the report began tracking such prices. That is on top of an 80% price drop that occurred from 2008 to 2015. This is all really good. But here it gets better. And this is something you would think Donald Trump would want to jump in and somehow take credit for. If he wants to, fine, let him. The new report comes on the heels of news that more than 200,000 people now work in the U.S. solar industry, and it's a major industry milestone that new installed solar capacity topped new capacity from either wind or gas. Ultimately, the ongoing price drops in solar, coupled with the equally remarkable price drops in battery storage and the ever more visible impacts of carbon pollution, mean that renewables must inevitably beat fossil fuels even in this country. But by putting his thumb on the scale against solar, Rome writes, President Trump can certainly slow the transition and ensure other countries reap the biggest benefits. Trump, after all, campaigned on zeroing out clean energy funding, rolling back climate action, boosting coal use. Bloomberg reports recently that the White House is planning to slash the budget of the Energy Department, the specific office that helps develop and advance clean energy. If Team Trump also succeeds in revoking the EPA's Clean Power Plan, Rome writes, that could give a temporary boost to coal and gas domestically, but it is only temporary.
Yeah, those jobs in coal are not going to come back. That they've been basically decimated by automation, not just competition in the market, but automation as well in coal.
But the jobs are coming back big time when it comes to renewable energy, as this report shows yet again. Donald Trump could jump right on in here and take credit for all of this, all of these new jobs that we now know are going to be coming online. All of this solar power that is coming online, whether Trump slows it down or not, this is going to happen. The rest of the world is going to do it. We're going to, lose out to the rest of the world, but it is going to happen.
Yeah, this is a race to sell the technology to the rest of the world, not just, homegrown domestic manufacturers putting solar panels on rooftops that cannot be shipped to China, so you can't get other countries to put the solar panels on your roof.
Exactly.
This is a long-term infrastructure that could, as you've mentioned, that Trump could take credit for, but he's instead focusing on the fossil fuel industry and building what's going to be. Yeah, those are going to be obsolete very soon, hopefully within our lifetimes if we're all very lucky.
Those are his people. Those are his Secretary of State, of course, comes from ExxonMobil. I got a story on that I want to try to get to in a quick moment.
But just real quick, that China has on the books plans to install enough solar over the next year to actually equal the capacity of what France and Germany already have installed right now.
Sales also of plug-in electric vehicles were up $2.5 billion. That's a 48% increase. Last year, investment in charging infrastructure is up 11% over last year. Trump wants to do this big infrastructure plan. Why not charging infrastructure all over the country?
And why aren't unions? I'm surprised that unions are not getting more involved. The trade unions that are building, engineering, electricians, all of those unions, it seems like they would also be making a push for this kind of infrastructure because retrofitting, every single home in America seems like it would be a big jobs program.
This charging infrastructure, by the way, up 11%. That's a 600% increase since 2011. This is a booming business. 2016 was a very good year for the advanced energy economy. It's not a culture war. It's an industry. The group says there are different ways of viewing the industry than AEE's. But just about any way you slice it, the story is the same. Rapid growth and lots of jobs.